Alrighty guys, what is going on? It is JT Bricks here, back for another LEGO Star Wars video here today. And today we're going to be continuing our look at LEGO investments, specifically Star Wars throughout 2021 and even into 2022 possibly. This is kind of an updated video from a video I did a few months ago. That video actually did pretty well, so I decided let's make another one. Not to mention I like investing, I like LEGO Star Wars, and together it's a lot of fun. And I feel like I needed to make an updated video anyway because there's a lot of new stuff, so in the beginning segment of this video, we're going to talk about existing LEGO Star Wars sets, and then towards the second half, I'm going to start talking about the future rumored LEGO Star Wars sets that are supposed to come out, because there might be some good investments there. So I'm going to put a timestamp in the description to talk about where I start about, with each set. Obviously, from this point to a certain point, I'm going to talk about the normal sets, and then beyond that, I'll talk about the rumored sets. There will be a timestamp there in the description to talk about which is where is where, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, guys, let's jump right into it. There's a lot of good investments. Anyways, guys, starting out with sets that do exist and that we do know about, obviously the Mandalorian sets are just going to be your best bargain. I mean, you can get a lot of money out of these in the future. They're based off of a really popular TV show, and here Trouble on Tatooine's a pretty good set, and mainly this one's a really good one just because it has the Beskar Mando, which currently I guess is a unique minifigure. Yeah, I don't think he's going to stay unique. I think we're going to get more Beskar Mandos in the future, but still, this is a nice set. It's relatively cheap, so it'd be much easier to get than some other Mandalorian sets like a Razer Crest. And still, since it's the first set with the Beskar Mando, it's going to be something nice. So I would definitely recommend picking a few of these up. One of the more unique investments, though, in my opinion, here is Darth Vader's castle. Pretty unique set, not necessarily from something as popular, right, as the Mandalorian, but still it's very unique, has some unique minifigures as well, and a really unique build. It's something that we're probably only going to get once, never going to get again. So to me, to get a couple of these would also be a nice bargain as well. And remember, guys, at the end of the day, pretty much all of these sets here are good investments, and all LEGO Star Wars sets in general are always going to do well. So really, you're not going to lose. You just have to wait. And this one, I think it's pretty good, so I would recommend picking a few of these up. Anyways, continuing on, one of the more underrated investments, in my opinion, is a sequel set, and this is actually Poe Daramon's X-Wing Fighter. Now, in my opinion, this thing is not really something I'm going to pick up, probably, unless, I kind of want to. I don't know, it depends. I'm definitely interested in this one just because it's very unique. It's got a unique color scheme. It's kind of, again, a one-off set. And it's from the sequels, which, is not, I guess, favorable, but it is unique, and because of that, I think that definitely helps its case. And it's obviously one of the original, sequel sets, right? You have your original prequel sets, and those things are worth a lot of money these days, right? And I guess the sequels probably, might not be as loved or as favored, I guess, as the prequels are now, but you never know. Not to mention unique, original, that helps, and a really unique build as well, and just kind of an interesting color style. So that's something to look out for, but at the end of the day, this one's probably one of the weaker investments. I'd probably go for something else on this video. Continuing the trend of the Mandalorian sets, the Child here is just a great set. I mean, everyone loves the Child. It's from the Mandalorian. It's a good set as well. This is just a good one in my opinion. I think you can make a lot of money off of a set like this. Just a really solid model here. I would say more about it, but really, I don't feel like there's much more else to say. Moving on. Another one of the more underrated investments, in my opinion, here has to be the Knights of Ren transport ship, or the Night Buzzard. Again, it's another sequel set from Episode 9, so that's not necessarily super favorable or helpful. And to me, it's one of the weaker investments. I mean, you could always get it, but I'm not really sure if it's going to do that well, honestly. But what I like about this is it involves a couple of Knights of Ren, which are cool, and pretty much they're universally, I guess, loved or admired, or people think they look cool at least, so that's something, and they're unique as well. And you get Rey, which is always nice, not to mention the Night Buzzard is a pretty cool vehicle, so that's that. It's probably one of the better sequel trilogy sets to invest in at this point, definitely one of the better Rise of Skywalker sets, so I don't think this one would do too bad, but ultimately, you're probably better off with a Mandalorian or Clone Wars set anyway. Continuing on, another good set, in my opinion, has got to be this Boba Fett helmet set. There's also the Stormtrooper, the TIE Pilot, I think, and I think they're eventually going to make a Scout Trooper, maybe, or a Darth Vader helmet. Those are all interesting and neat, but definitely this Boba Fett one's pretty solid. I mean, we're going to get a Book of Boba Fett TV show. It's a great model as well. This one's by far my favorite helmet model. I think it's the best-selling and best-looking as well. The Stormtrooper isn't bad, and it's obviously a Stormtrooper, and everyone loves the original trilogy, right? Those sets usually do well. But this is Boba Fett. Again, there's a lot of hype and stuff around the Mandalorian, around Boba Fett, and it's just a great model in my opinion, and it's very unique. It's kind of a one-time set as well, and who knows how long this helmet series is going to last, so to me, this is a solid investment. Now, one of the more unique sets here is the Atst Raider. Now, obviously, this is a great investment because, one, it's a Mandalorian set. Two, it's the first ever Mandalorian set. So that's obviously very unique and fun. And you can still find these. I mean, I think they might be retiring sooner or later, but still, I would recommend getting a few of these just because they're Mandalorian based or the first set. But also what's interesting about these is obviously Gina Carano, the actress for Cara Cynthia Dune, has been fired, and she's not going to be a part of any more Lucasfilm projects, right? So because of that, her minifigure at this point, Cara Dune, is going to be pretty unique. This is probably going to be the only set she ever comes in. So I mean, I think she might be coming in another Mandalorian set that's rumored, but still, that minifigure, especially from Season 1, is going to be very unique, and it's probably going to skyrocket in terms of value just because we won't be getting one again and that kind of thing. So that helps this set. It's not the greatest. I think the Atst Raider is a nice set, but it's not the greatest looking model or most popular episode from that, Season 1 and all that kind of stuff. But still, since it is a Mandalorian set, it's the first one, and with the whole Gina Carano news, I think this definitely goes up in value. So pretty cool set, actually. I think that I would definitely invest into this one. This is one that I didn't really mention before, outside of the fact that maybe it was a Mandalorian-based set. But with Cara Dune no longer being part of any Star Wars projects, I would recommend picking a couple of these up if you could. I actually have 2 anyway, so good investment. Continuing on, just a solid investment, one that's always going to be safe, is a Clone Wars set. I mean, you really can't go wrong, and this one is just a great example. You get Ahsoka in this set, you get a 332nd Trooper, a couple of droids, decent AAT model, but still, it's a Separatist AAT. Everyone loves those. It's just a great investment. I mean, it's $40. It's not super expensive. You can probably get some good return in the future. Really nothing wrong with this set. Yeah, people complain about the AAT, but ultimately, this thing's still going to be popular in the future, and this is just a great investment. I really can't complain about this one at all. Continuing on, we also have some Brickheadz here. Now, to me, Brickheadz aren't super popular, but since these are the Mandalorian and the Child, I would recommend picking up a few of these. Again, really nothing too special about these. I do own a couple of these, and, I'm not really a big Brickheadz fan. These are only Brickheadz I own, but some people are, and obviously these are Mandalorian-based, and a lot of people are going to want to collect LEGO Star Wars and Mandalorian sets in particular, so to finish their collections, they might get something like this, so I would recommend picking up a few. Another good investment, in my opinion, here is the Mandalorian Battle Pack. With most battle packs, they're always pretty good investments, but this one obviously is Mandalorian tied, so that's going to be good. Has some great and unique minifigures as well. Really not too much to worry about here, in my opinion. Yeah, they have been available for a while, and it seems like they're in excess at times, but still, if you wait long enough, it'll be a good investment, so I would recommend getting a few of these. I actually have a lot of these. Another good battle pack, in my opinion, is actually a sequels battle pack, and this is a Sith Troopers battle pack. Now, although, to me, obviously, the sequels aren't as favorable, as popular, or as, well-received as some of the other Star Wars projects in this video, definitely the Sith Troopers are kind of cool, and although the whole Sith Final Order thing, in my opinion, is even kind of stupid and not just interesting that much, the LEGO set's kind of cool, and the Sith Troopers are pretty neat, I have to admit, so this is not a bad investment, in my opinion. To me, at this point, probably the best and most safe investment has got to be the 501st Legion Clone Troopers. Now, no matter what you say, no matter how many of these sell, no matter how many people own these, they're going to be popular and they're going to be in demand. I mean, like forever. And it's just a great set. Let's get 501st Clone Troopers. Get as much of these as you can. I mean, seriously. I mean, I know a lot of people are doing it right, but still, there's always going to be demand for this set. There's always going to be demand for clone battle packs. This is a great set. It's the #1 set. Get a bunch of these if you can. I mean, really. This is a great investment right here. Another top investment, in my opinion, has to be the Razer Crest. I know it just got, destroyed in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, but that might even help its case, because now at this point, it pretty much guarantees we're not going to get another Razer Crest unless it's in UCS form. If that happens, it probably diminishes the value of this set, but still, this is probably going to be the only playset style Razer Crest we're ever going to get. I mean, we got the Twilight once, the Ghost once, and we need the Millennium Falcon, every couple of years or so, but still, I don't really think we're going to get another Razer Crest for a while at best, so to me, this is a great investment. It's a cool ship as well, and, again, it's Mandalorian based. It was the first set that had the Child. It's got some other unique minifigures like IG-11 and Grief Karga. This is a great investment, in my opinion, and I think it's going to really skyrocket in value as the years go by. Anyways, continuing on, pretty much any UCS set is also going to be a solid investment, specifically the bigger ones like the Star Destroyer or the Mos Eisley Cantina here or the Millennium Falcon. They're pretty hard to find, but if you can get your hands on them, always hold on to them if you want to, if you're seeking for a good investment, because they will do well. You're going to have to wait some time, and obviously they cost a lot of money to get, but ultimately it'll be worth it in the end. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for my recommendations on investments and what we already have and what has already been released. As for some rumored stuff, here we have a rumored UCS, like $800 AT-AT. Could also be a Death Star. In my opinion, again, like I just mentioned, the UCS sets are always good investments. Yeah, they're going to cost a lot of money, but if you wait long enough, you can probably get some good return. And if we get a mega, awesome $800 AT-AT, I know a lot of people are going to want this for a long time, so it's definitely a good investment. Again, another great investment here has got to be a UCS Gunship. It's a UCS set, but also it's a gunship. That's another big thing. Republic gunships are awesome. A lot of people love them. Great investments in general. We've never gotten a UCS one, and to get a UCS one, a UCS set, which is always good usually, and a gunship combined into one set, that's going to be a great investment. I'm definitely going to get a few of these. This is going to be in high demand for a while. Probably going to be really hard to find, but still, this is going to be a great one. I already know. Affordable investment, in my opinion, definitely is the $20 rumored dual set from The Mandalorian between Ahsoka and Maul. This is going to be a good one. I mean, it's based off the Clone Wars. It's got Ahsoka, it's got Maul, which is going to be awesome. I'm really excited for this one. It's just going to be a good investment. It is. I mean, 2 unique minifigures from the Clone Wars. Just going to be a good set in general. It's also relatively cheap and accessible. This is going to be a good one. Pick up a couple of these. Another set we're supposed to be getting is a new Imperial troop transport from the Mandalorian. Again, not the most exciting set, I guess you could say, but it is from the Mandalorian, and because of that, it's just going to be a good investment. I think Cara Dune actually might be in this set, if I may or may not be mistaken. Maybe Grief Karga, I know Mando is, and obviously some Stormtroopers. You also get the yellow Mortar Trooper in the set, which doesn't, canonically make sense, but still, that's a nice minifigure to throw into the set for an investment. Again, I don't think it's the most interesting or exciting set, but because it's related to the Mandalorian, and it's got a lot of hype around the Mandalorian in Season 2 in particular, this is probably going to be a nice set to have. Now, in my opinion, one of the more underrated investments is going to be the Bad Batch Shuttle. For one, we're getting a Bad Batch TV show, which obviously is going to help the value with this set. It's based off the Clone Wars anyway, so that's something. It's going to have all 5 members of the Bad Batch, so that's going to be really nice. You get, Wrecker, Crosshair, Hunter, Tech, and then you're supposed to get Echo as well, which is going to be cool. We never got Echo before. So just all of that combined into one set is going to be great. It's a unique set. That's for one. It's kind of a one-time set, kind of like the Razer Crest or the Twilight or the Ghost. It's got 5 unique minifigures that are clones. They're not technically, normal clones, but still, that's pretty cool. You also get Echo in this set, which is great. Unique build. This is going to be a good one. It's underrated. It's going to be good, and if the Bad Batch TV show does well, which I think it will, because it's basically the Clone Wars continued, this is going to be a really good set to have, and I'm definitely going to get a couple of these. Continuing on, another solid investment is just going to be Mafketin's Cruiser. It's supposed to be a bigger set, I think at $160 or something like that. And obviously, it's going to come with a unique ship that we've never gotten in LEGO form. It's going to have Moff Gideon. That's great. Some Mandalorian minifigures. It's Mandalorian based. I feel like there's not much else that's needed to be said about it. It's going to be a good investment. And finally, the last set I would recommend investing in is going to be the new Mandalorian Gauntlet fighter. We got one of these before in 2011, and to me, it's kind of surprising we're getting another one. I guess it makes sense because it's connected to the Clone Wars Season 7 and the Mandalorian, all that kind of stuff, right? But this is a very unique set back then, and it's going to be a unique set now. You can see how much the old Mandalorian Gauntlet fighter has gone up in value. It's a very unique set. You get Pre-Vizsla in that set. The new one's going to be just as cool. It's going to be a better model. It's going to be awesome. It's going to have, Gar Saxon, Bo-Katan. It's going to be a good investment, and obviously it's Clone Wars based. You really can't ask for more. Anyways, guys, in the end, remember, I'm not exactly a financial expert or even an investing expert, so if you want to trust me, that would be awesome. I'd love that, but ultimately, it's your money, and even if you don't want to invest, don't do it. If you do. If you think that's going to do well, do it. Don't just base all of your opinions and what you want to do based off what I think. Remember, what I think is going to be different from what you think, and ultimately, you got to do what's best with your money and with what you want to do, and that's just the way it is. These are the sets that I think are going to be good, and I think, for the most part, a lot of people can agree with me, but at the same time, not everyone thinks like me, so if you disagree, feel free to let me know. Regardless, though, I think these sets are going to be great investments. Again, be smart. It's your money, and, you don't want to do anything that you don't think is right and you don't think is correct. So make sure to be smart and do what you believe. Regardless, though, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time on JT Bricks.